Good evening, everybody. I have 5:30, and I will call the Crawfordsville Schools Board of Education meeting to order for February of 2026. Roll call, all board members and administrators are present, including Mr. McLaughlin. I guess I should look there because he's on the screen there, but his camera is here, who is remoting in. We're trying something that we're allowed to do now, so we get to all be here today, and we're glad to see all of you today here too. If you would all please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag is right here to my left. I pledge allegiance to the flag
State. True. Peace. Justice for all.
That's right. That's right. All right. First up on the agenda is our consent agenda with meeting minutes and finance reports and things like that, which we've all had a chance to review. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Second.
Any discussion, questions? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I vote aye as well. Thank you. We're moving on to building principal report. Mr. Welcher.
Steve, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good. Digital world. Hello, good evening. I'm Adam Welcher. I'm the principal at Hose Elementary. I'm excited to talk to you guys tonight with some of my wonderful teachers, Josie Aguilar, Aubrey Mitchell, formerly Fields, Jackie Volva, Brittany Reef, and, as my slide will show, the real MVPs, the three kiddos right here. So excited to get rolling. A couple housekeeping items before we start. I will not start this meeting like I did last year's with a picture of my wife, myself, and our youngest daughter a few minutes after she was born with Mr. Manette's wife. I told my wife I shared that slide, and she was like, babe, there's better pictures of me out there. So I'm not going to lead with that one this time. And then two, before Mr. Nicodemus probably publicly shames me, I did knock over his Jenga tower in his office today. I was not able to complete that, and he was going to bring it up, so I'm just going to tell him myself. That was knocked over, and there we are. So as we roll into Hose in 2025, 2026. Oh, man, some of the surprises got ruined. There we go. I'm always going to lead every presentation I give with counting my blessings. And so, school board, I thank you for this last year. I'm going to thank you for this year. You've provided me the opportunity to have a job, not only to work with great humans, but it's rare in life you get to take your kids to work with you every day and have memories like this. So not every day does a guy get to be Olaf at an inflatable race the last day of school and have his kindergartner and his soon-to-be preschooler there excited cheering him on. Very sweaty in that costume following that, but it was a great day overall. And then secondly, when Santa came this year, their mom insisted they had matching pajamas. We talked about my outfit. In short, you get it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for giving me the opportunity of a lifetime. So that's where we start. That's on the personal, selfish level. From there, other culture things we're doing. This year, I talked a lot more last year. This year, I'm going to tell you some culture stuff, and I'm going to let my teachers and my kiddos talk about all the cool instructional things we're doing. So one thing that we started this year, I will admit I thieved or copied, although I told him I was going to do this, so we can call it a different thing if we must. Jay Strickland, good buddy of mine at the high school, great principal, great leader, a long-time friend of mine, has the Athenian torch. And what you guys know, those of you that know what the Athenian torch is, Mr. Strickland gave that out to a teacher many a moons ago, and then the teachers every couple weeks pick another teacher to pass that on to. And so we had a staff member whose son is very good with 3D printing. They made what's there as the hose hammer. They made that and said, hey, we wanted to give this to the school. And I'm like, this is really way too cool to just sit in the office. We need to do something with it. And so I called Jay up and I said, Jay, can we thief this idea? He goes, absolutely, dude, do it. So I picked the first winner. That's Heather Channing, longtime teacher, Crawfordsville School District. Awesome first grade teacher, affected many, many, many lives in her time. So I chose her and then said, Heather, in 2 weeks, you're going to pass this on to somebody else. She gave me a look like, I really don't want to talk in front of people, but she got to come up to the office over the announcements and pass this on. So every 2 weeks, on Friday, they turn in their write-up. They pick the person, they write it up, they pass it on. And from there, we bring them up on Monday. They read it over the announcements. I summon the next person up and say, hey, I need to talk to you 5 minutes. Nothing big deal, just come on up. They come up every single time really nervous. And they're like, why is the principal calling me to their office, right? And then they get up there and they see the hammer and they're, this is awesome. We've had tears, we've had emotions, we've had all the things. So it started with Heather and it's transformed into this. And so these are faces that many of you that can see the board recognize. And some of them, for those of you that have a hard time seeing, Amber Rohr, top-notch teacher, longtime Hose Elementary teacher. Couldn't brag about her more. I think this was a really cool one. Once Amber won it, she actually nominated our custodian, Tyler, who's in the crowd tonight. That's just good culture to me. When your custodian is that appreciated, I think that's a really cool thing. So Tyler does some great work for us, and we sure appreciate her. Andrew Swank, another longtime Hose teacher right there. Apologize for the button, Miss Puss. We all know Mr. Swank, love Mr. Swank. Mrs. Warren with him. Mrs. Esslinger and Mrs. Reef right there. Tyler then shows Mrs. Pendleton, another longtime Hose teacher who we sure love and appreciate. And then this most recent time, Mrs. Hamilton, our librarian. So we've had classroom teachers, we've had custodians, we've had librarians, all the things. And we could not be more proud of that. And it's super fun to watch them not only receive it, I think my personal favorite story, everybody was excited, there were tears. Molly Warren, who we love, one of our special ed teachers, she realized what was happening and realized I was going to make them take a picture. And she started to walk out when Mr. Swank gave it to her. I was like, Molly, this is not you can't opt out of receiving the Hose hammer. Like, this is not how this works. And she's like, I got to put my makeup on. You're going to take a picture. So she ran out and got her makeup and we're ready to roll. So, and it was all good from there. So it has become a great thing and it is a great culture builder in our building. We're looking forward to see who Mrs. Hamilton passes. So Santa came to Hose this year, which we love. I kind of staged these reactions because it caused some faces. Some were like this. There we go. Super excited. We had a lot of super excited kids, belly laughs, the whole nine. We had some, like my friend Raymond, who was like, what in the world is going on, right? Saw Santa, had no idea what to do from there, so Raymond kind of froze and said, Raymond, buddy, we're good. Okay. We had some who had very memorable quotes. Mrs. Cheney, he smells like Santa, just like cookies. And then a tear emoji. So we had some emotional reactions. And yes, I followed Santa around as the elf the entire time. Again, a nice sweaty day. And then we had three, I'm not going to use the phrase older, but three adult men walk around with Santa and kind of get to live out a dream and take a picture with Santa. So there we go. So a day well spent at Hose and also a very tiring day for all of us. So Santa came to Hose, awesome culture builder for us. Amy Hensley was nominated as the Montgomery County Community Foundation Teacher of the Year. Very cool evening. We got to go celebrate with Amy. We got her whole family in, and I know at the phase of life that Ian and Maddie are at, it's rare that she gets her kids all in one space. So this happened. I found out Amy won. I talked to awesome Ed Hensley at the gym one morning. I was like, man, this happened. This is going to be a thing. You need to recruit the kids. He's like, got it. We're going to do it. And so we got them together, had a great evening, and celebrated her. Many, many years of service, well-deserved recognition. Amy really doesn't like attention, so it was kind of hard when she had to go up and hold this trophy and do the things, but well worth it, and it's proudly displayed in her classroom now. I brag on this young lady, Sydney Veach, right now, and I titled this slide Generational Impact, because I think this is what makes Crawfordsville Community Schools very unique. Most anybody that's ever walked into Crawfordsville Community Schools over the past 20 plus years knows Jenny Veach, Sydney's mom, right? Great teacher. Most students that have gone to the high school, Mrs. Veach is awesome, Mrs. Veach is this, you hear nothing but good things. I heard that when I worked at North. I heard the stories, all the things. Come here, we get a chance to hire Sydney last year. We take kind of a first, hey, get to know you type interview. Dr. Riker, Dr. Bocart, we all talk, and they kind of look at me and say, how it go? It goes well, and they say, you need to figure it out, you need to get it done. Okay, and so we figured it out and got it done, and Sydney has come in. You walk in the room, and I think the other teachers here can attest, not your common first-year teacher. Not a lot of nerves, not a lot of classroom management things. Sydney Veach is a phenomenal teacher and is going to be a phenomenal teacher. So we appreciate the opportunity to hire her, but we also appreciate a community that brings their own back, right? And I think that's kind of an uncommon awesome thing. So from a culture standpoint, we've got a lot of good stuff for all, and there's nothing more proud in my professional life to be the principal at that building. Now, from there, I'm going to bring up Mrs. Aguilar, one of our kindergarten teachers, and she's going to talk about some of these other things that we're doing to kind of bring learning to life. So, Miss Aguilar, the floor is yours.
Hi, as he said, I'm Miss Aguilar. I myself graduated from Crawfordsville, so it's an honor to be here today. This is my 6th year teaching. I started out in 2nd grade, and now I'm in kindergarten, which I didn't expect at all growing up. So, but I fell in love with it. I can't imagine teaching any other grade. This year we started a new reading curriculum, CKLA, and I'm going to be honest, I was kind of nervous at first because my ELs specifically, it's just really new vocabulary to them. And I will also be honest, I love TikTok, and so I do get a lot of my teaching ideas off of there. And I saw this tea party one time for the end of the unit for our Kings and Queens unit. So I was like, let's do it. And so we got with Chartwell's, got some snacks provided. And as soon as my team was on board, all the other kindergarten teachers were like, oh, I want to do that. So our school purchased crowns. Each teacher got some teacups. As you'll see, I served them on little platters. I was like, okay, you guys are royalty for a day. Me and Mrs. Conkright, my aide, walked around and served them. Would you like some tea? They were like, yes, please. No, thank you. And then this unit on the right, that's my friend Stacy. We made teepees after we learned about Native Americans. And then we also made totem poles. Some of the pictures are missing. I might have updated after it was sent. But we also made totem poles with markers. And then today, actually, we had the end of our weather and seasons unit, and my kids got to come up, and there was a screen behind them, and they got to choose the weather and make some weather reports. These are just kind of some activities that get them excited about the learning. And I personally have told them ahead of time, like, oh, what is our big project at the end? It gets them motivated, like I said, excited. If you've ever been in a kindergarten classroom, you know that doesn't take much. They get excited over everything. So I've really enjoyed doing it, and I'm already planning the next units. And the other kindergarten and 1st grade teachers are like, oh, do you have any ideas for this unit? So it's just a blessing to be able to see them get super excited, especially, like I said, I have a lot of EL students, and so this is something that they didn't get to do in their culture back home. So I feel very blessed to be able to give that experience to them.
Thank you, Miss Aguilar, and I hope she is not offended by me telling this story because I was in the room when that happened today. And one of her kiddos, she was letting them all share weather reports. She had a screen up, and they were acting as if they were weathermen or weatherwomen. Kid comes up, and she led with the same question every time. Hey, where are you from? And all of them, prior to the kid I'm about to talk about, said, oh, Indiana. And this kid, when he came up, he decided to take a different route. And he walked up, and he pointed right at Seattle. And Miss Aguilar had a decision to make in that moment. She could say, come on, it's kid, it's not that. She goes, okay, Owen from Seattle, give us, it had the weather. And so Dr. Riker knows Owen. And he's about knocked me over a few times with hugs. Last time Dr. Riker was at Hose doing our student rep lunch, he gave Dr. Riker a big hug, kind of out of the blue. And Owen's a lover, and we love Owen for that. Now we know Owen thinks he's from Seattle. We'll coach that up and we'll get that fixed. So going from there, thank you, Miss Aguilar. Mrs. Reef, would love you to come up and talk about a really, really awesome new thing we're doing with our phonics groups.
I'm Mrs. Reef, or Brittany Reef. I'm the instructional coach at Hose. We started looking at this main question right here. How do we deliver instruction of foundational skills in the most effective and efficient way to meet the needs of our students? Over the last few years, like 7 years, we've been doing phonics programs with fidelity and intention, and we still weren't seeing the results and growth that we wanted to see within that foundational skill. So we started to think outside of the box, and we started to troubleshoot with that question in mind. So through my cadre, I had a school that was doing differentiated phonics instruction. And so I reached out to her, and we got to actually go see them. It's Howard Elementary. So I took Adam and then Jackie and Aubrey, 2 other 1st grade teachers, and they came with us, and we went and visited with them, got to see how they ran their program, and then they actually we got to sit down and talk about it and see all the hurdles that we might have to cross, and it was very informational. So we brought that back. We did win time last year, but we wanted to expand on that. So if you want to click the slide.
Right along.
This year, we have 167 1st grade students receiving daily targeted core phonics instruction. So we have two teams, one with 80 students divided into 9 sections, and the other team has 87 students divided into 8 groups. This allows us to meet 167 students at their level, which has been super beneficial. There's a lot of benefits to it. The biggest one is it allows us to meet the high need for interventions by managing our resources efficiently and then strengthening our Tier 1 instruction while we're doing that. So I will let Mrs. Valva and Mrs. Mitchell.
We'll start with Mrs. Mitchell. Yep, Mrs. Mitchell, we'd love you to come on up and just talk about what you love about our phonics rotation. Good?
Okay, I'm Aubrey Mitchell, was Fields, not Mitchell. Last year I was part of our win time, so that was our like extra phonics time. I really enjoyed doing that. It was nice to get to see different kids and see where they were at and help them where they were at, especially because every classroom is different and we have a bunch of different kids with a bunch of different needs. So I really loved doing WIN last year, and I was really excited to be able to go to Howard this year with Mrs. Reef and Adam and Jackie. And they were basically doing the same thing, just on a bigger scale. And so I was really excited that we were going to get to be able to do that at Hose. It's gone really smoothly, and it's, again, really nice to see other kids and make those connections. And I feel like it's a lot more efficient to be able to have these children in my classroom and they're all at a similar level instead of trying to teach kids that are at a level 11 to kids that are at a level like 70. So it's been really nice, and I really hope that we can continue to do that.
Mrs. Volk, come on up.
It's been a while since I wrote that, so I'm not even going to look at it. I'm just going to tell you all that my favorite part about teaching first grade is teaching reading. I love to read. I love to share my love of reading with my students, and it is the best part of the day for me, the best time of the day. It was to the point, though, that phonics was not my favorite time of day. With all the different levels in my classroom, no matter how hard I tried, standing on my head, doing cartwheels, whatever, to get their attention, it wasn't successful. I had kids rolling on the floor. They were doing cartwheels. I mean, it would be like trying to teach me Chinese. You know, there was just no interest there. Well, maybe that there was the interest, but it was way over their head. So anyway, when this came about and we got to go to Kokomo and observe the differentiated phonics, we were super excited about it. And that's been the main thing that I've seen by doing it this way, is it has eliminated these negative behaviors, because you're targeting them, you know, right where they're at. You're challenging them at their level and with kids that are at their level. I can honestly say I don't have the behavior issues since we've started doing this that I had previously during that time. I love personally just getting to meet students from other classrooms. I think that's one of the best things, and that they are getting to meet students from other classrooms, because our team, which, well, you're not on my team, never mind, but my other team members, we go to recess together. So the kids know each other at recess, but you know, they don't always know each other's names and so forth. So this just gives them another opportunity to get to know each other. And I get to know kids from other classes, like sweet Bianca over here. She comes to my room for phonics. So it's just a great opportunity all the way around. Oh, and so exciting. I haven't even shared this with Brittany or Mr. Welcher yet, but today we do an activity called Write the Room and hang up sight words, not sight words anymore, irregular words. And the kids go around and find them. They think it's a big deal, like, you know, hide them in certain places, and then they write them on their clipboard and read them to me. So anyway, part of my class had already done that. So I took 4 of my students. I have 15 students in this group, which is also nice because it's fewer students than I have, you know, in my regular classroom. So anyway, some of them were writing the room, and I pulled 4 of the students over, and I decided I wanted to do traditional reading group with them. Right now, we focus more on reading comprehension. We don't get an opportunity always to do, small group reading like we used to. So anyway, I pulled these 4 kids over, and I chose books that were aligned with the lessons that I've been teaching since we started this, and it was amazing. It was really good.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, ladies. I know how much you like being stared at, so if you want to go sit back down, you can do that. So thank you guys for coming up and sharing that. I think they touched a lot on the social benefits, the behavioral improvements, and touched a little bit on the academic benefits. And so the beauty of that is they get that instruction for 3 weeks. They get that instruction for 3 weeks. They get right where they're at. At the end of 3 weeks, they're reassessed, and then kids move up. Kids stay the same if they need it, and then you get even more connection with different level of kids, different level of teachers. And so the goal becomes, and Mrs. Reef and I've had this conversation, when we're getting our beginning of the year data or middle of the year data back, why year after year after year after year are we having these same problems? And so that was kind of the solution in our mind, was we got to meet kids better where they're at. We got to meet them where they're at. We got to teach them what they need right then, and we got to grow them from where they're at, not just to where this is right now. Okay, and that's the beauty of what we love of this program. So very, very blessed that Dr. Riker and Dr. Bocart allowed us to do that. We have loved it in every facet. I was walking down the hall the other day to say my good mornings, and I had a girl out in the hallway. They were waiting in line to get done with the bathroom, and she's like, "Are we about to switch for groups?" And Mrs. Cooper, one of our first grade teachers, said, "Yeah." And she's like, "Awesome! I love groups." Like it's wonderful. So many good things. We can't wait to keep it rolling. Now, I told these 3 wonderful kiddos that when it was their turn, there was a slide that was going to go up called the real MVPs, and they were going to look at it and say, "Well, there's no words. Like, what am I supposed to say?" They really want to hear from you. In the digital world, they're like, "Why are these adults keep talking? We want to hear from the kids," right? So, kiddos, come on up. All of you together. Come here. Their mean and evil principal gave them a homework assignment for this board meeting, and I gave them you can turn around and show the adults back here. That way, and then we can turn around and show the digital world. All right, hold your picture up in front of your belly, okay? The side they can see it. There we go. Okay. So I gave them a blank piece of paper, and I said, "Here's your homework." And they looked at me and they're like, what is this? Okay. So our job for them was simple. They needed to put their name on it. They needed to draw the classroom they went to, and they needed to draw how it made them feel. And then I said, "I'm going to ask you how it makes you feel." And they're like, "Okay, I can do that." So, what's your name, sweetie?
Kendall.
This is Kendall. And who is your teacher you go to every morning when you first get to school?
Miss Cheney.
No, when you first get to school.
Miss Burns.
Miss Burns. Okay, so you start off in Miss Burns' class, and then for phonics, you go to Mrs. Cheney, right? So show the board members and Dr. Riker and Dr. Bocart your picture, okay? And then tell them your favorite thing about switching for phonics. Just what do you love the most about it?
By sitting on the carpet learning.
You get to sit on new carpet, and Mrs. Cheney's got great carpet, and you get to learn phonics, right? And it's right where you need it. And then you'll take that assessment, and the next time if you need harder, we'll get you harder. If you need to stay the same, we get you the same. Okay, you can stop being nervous. All good? Okay. All right. What's your name, sweetie?
Bianca.
This is Bianca. And Bianca, who's the teacher you go to right when you get to school in the mornings?
Miss Burns.
Miss Burns. You're in Miss Burns' class too. Now, for groups, when you switch for phonics, what teacher do you go to?
Miss Volva.
Miss Volva. And Miss Volva just bragged on you, didn't she say? So there's your picture. Bianca went over the top, and I think did a two-sided picture, so you're going to have to show them both sides of that picture. Okay. Now, so Bianca, now that you've shown the picture, and that's Mrs. Volva's room, you have a lot more green in your room than I remember, but here we are. So I love that. I love the brightness. Now, what's your favorite thing about going to Mrs. Volva's room, or as we call her, Mrs. V, for phonics? What's your favorite thing?
The games.
The games you play. So when you do the learn, you get the games at the end, and that's how you learn, right? I love it. Okay, awesome job. Okay, our last gentleman right here. What's your name, buddy?
Mateo.
This is Mateo. And Mateo, what teacher do you go to first thing in the morning when you get to school?
Miss Fields.
Mrs. Mitchell now. She got married over Christmas break, but it was Miss Fields for a long time, right? So we're still getting there. So you go to Mrs. Mitchell, but for groups, when it's time to switch, what teacher do you go to?
Mrs. Fraser.
Mrs. Fraser, right? You go to Mrs. Fraser. So show the board and Dr. Riker and Dr. Bocart your picture, okay? Hold it up. Make sure Mr. Nicodemus over there can see it too, okay? Now, tell me your favorite thing, Mateo, about switching for groups. What's your favorite thing about going to see Mrs. Fraser?
Writing.
you get to do the extra writing, right? And it's right there where you need it, and you've kind of got your love for writing, right? Okay. You guys did awesome. You guys did awesome.
Can they show Mr. McLaughlin
Yeah,
their
yep,
pictures?
yep, Mr. McLaughlin. So right over
Right
here. Kiddos, right over here. Come here, come here, come here.
Pictures in
This camera is actually Mr. McLaughlin. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. Okay,
he
there we
is.
go.
Great,
Okay,
great job.
there we go. So he's enjoying someplace pretty warm by that palm tree in the background there. So he's in a good spot. But nope. So thank you for showing Mr. McLaughlin. You guys can go sit back down.
Thank you.
Yep.
Adam, great presentation.
Mr. McLaughlin, school board, thank you guys so much. Digital world, thank you for tuning in. People in the audience, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for allowing me to be the principal at Hose Elementary.
And I
Great
have
job,
something-
host team.
Yeah, I have something for our young presenters here. I'm going to give something for you guys for being brave and being up there. You each get these are stickers that say I'm an Athenian. You get one for you and one for to share with someone special, okay? For each of you. Thank you for presenting to us today. We really enjoyed it.
What do you guys tell her?
Always the best part of every school board meeting is hearing from the kids. So we love it. Thank you very much, all of you. And the teachers, of course, as well. Yes, and thank you. And while all of you who have presented from Hose are welcome to stay, and we would love to have you stay, you are also welcome to take your leave and head and get your dinner or whatever homework, whatever is on the agenda for you today. So if you've already presented, you're welcome to leave, although you're also invited to stay. All right, so we are moving on to new business. And first up on the agenda is considering the choir field trip.
Hello. My name is Jenny Swick, and I'm the director of the Crawfordsville Middle School and Crawfordsville High School Choir Program. And we would like to go on a competition/field trip, fun day to Music in the Parks. It has become an annual trip. And I forgot my papers, but I did email them. But we are asking for approval to go to Music in the Parks, which is in Kings Island. The students this year would be paying $174, which includes a charter bus, the competition fee, and then the park ticket as well. And we have established payment plans for our students. Our students are also able to ask for financial assistance with the trip as well. And we are currently completing our cake roll fundraiser, which will aid in the help of paying for some of that trip. Each student who sells cake rolls for that trip will earn $4 for their trip per cake roll that they sell. And all of their papers are due tomorrow, so don't forget that. And then we also have a chaperone fee, which is $150 because they don't have to compete. That would be a treat, though. So we are asking for permission to go on this trip, and we have a little something to sweeten the pot, maybe. So take it away, ladies.
Please, please, please approve our trip. And please, please, please don't bring me to tears when I've spent all this money and time. Heartbreak is one thing, say no is another. I beg you, let me go on that roller coaster. Please, please,
Yes,
please, please.
They did it.
We expect this every year. From
Yeah, I know.
I
know, they're gonna have to step it up.
Mrs. Swick, that's the best request I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Score.
Well done.
very nice.
That is all we have prepared. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
And we are all set to any schoolwork that is going to be missed through this trip.
Oh, that's the best part. It's on a Saturday.
Because this is on a Saturday.
Missing
Wonderful.
0 school.
That's even better, even better. Do we have any other questions for our wonderful choir?
Well, I would make a motion to approve their requests.
Second.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
And I say aye as well. Mr. McLaughlin, do we get you?
Yes.
Yes, all right. All right, thank you very much. Trip approved.
Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful time.
Song that put you over the edge.
Yeah,
That's right.
Well done, ladies.
Well done, well done. And I will also make the same invitation I made to the younger kids, that you're welcome to stay, but you're also welcome to head off. I'm sure you're all very busy.
Good job, choir.
The bar is set high.
Meredith, you gonna sing?
I was going to say, that is the pressure now on everybody.
Is there anybody else here that wants to go?
All right, next up on the agenda is the Indiana Literacy Association grant. Dr. Bose is here to talk to us about that.
Hi, I'm Meredith Bose. I'm the director at CARA. I don't have cute kids. I don't have songs. So just please bear with me. When I first took over this program, I started, where do I go? Here? Here? Good. This way? Okay, sorry. Okay, so when I first took over this program, I started diving into just the world of adult education, and really started diving into the data. And what I came across was something that's a real gap in what we're doing at CARA. So our time to completion for high school equivalency diplomas is significantly longer than other programs in our region. We're in Region 4 Economic Development Area, and our time to completion is a lot slower. We're taking almost twice as long in the number of weeks that our students are completing high school equivalency diplomas. And so when I started looking further into that, I found that one of the pathways that we're missing in adult education is we don't currently have any, we don't use a digital or web-based or app-based platform or pathway at all for our adult students who are trying to achieve their high school equivalency diplomas. So after figuring all of that out and realizing, I've met with several different vendors of online curriculum sales, and looked at the difference in the data between students who are using a digital platform and students who aren't. It was a really quick conclusion that I needed to come up with some funding to be able to provide this for our students. So what I'm asking for is your approval for the Dollar General Adult Literacy Grant. It would be to purchase a web-based curriculum for our students, and it comes with additional materials that are in print that can be used in the classroom as well to support teachers. It comes with, includes onboarding and teacher support and professional development and all the good things that we would need. And so I don't think I forgot anything. We're missing that pathway, and it's really important, especially in today's society, in a world that's a global society that counts on digital literacy. So that's the Empowering Adult Literacy and Learning Pathways in Montgomery County grant.
You have anything to add, Dr. Riker?
Yes, I think, first of all, Meredith is doing a great job as the new director of CARA, and I think what she's bringing is just new ideas and ways to approach and work with our adults and her staff. So I definitely would recommend that the board approve the Dollar General Literacy Grant application.
Motion to approve.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. Any opposed? No, thank you. And then we have a second, so I'd said I'd combine the two together. So there's the Dollar General Literacy Grant and then the Indiana Literacy Association Grant.
So the Indiana Literacy Association grant is much smaller. that I could request was $1,000, and I'll tie that back to similar data in our English language learners program. We currently have a platform that we use. It's Burlington English, and we're doing some retraining and professional development in that platform for our teachers so it can be more effective with our students. But in the data for our English language learners, there are 4 levels, 4 academic levels, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for our low level and entry level English language learners, there's a real gap in their progression through making measurable skills gains. So I'm going to skip through all of the things that we've looked at and done and analyzed and say that while we use Burlington English, it has a gap in that low level learning area. And so for our level 1 English language learners, sometimes we get students who don't, we're tying this to phonics here. They don't know how to pronounce the names of the letters, and therefore they can't pronounce the words. They don't know how to use blends and to use, they don't know how to use letters and words together to learn to speak English. And so the platform that I'd like to try, I'm not asking, we're not gonna dive in yet, but I want to take one class, our lower class, and try this out with them. And so what I'm asking for is approval for this grant to try a different online platform for our lower level learners, and then assess that data and see if this is a move that we might need to make across the board for our English language learners.
I recommend the board approve.
I make a motion to approve.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
All right, next on the agenda to consider the Purdue Extension MOU Member of Understanding.
Yeah, good evening. So this MOU is with Purdue Extension and our after-school program specifically for our Chef University, which is after-school club at Hoover. So I would recommend approval of this MOU.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second?
Absolutely. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you. I vote aye as well. Thank you very much. All right. Moving on, next is capital projects, the high school auditorium.
Yeah, so this kind of started with a inspection of that space, and from there had some recommendations on some repairs and updating to take place in the auditorium. So you will see in your packet there that we have worked with DeLong Rigging on obtaining a quote. Indianapolis Stage Sales, who we worked with, is not providing a quote, and also contacted ZFX Flying Effects, who we did speak with but did not follow up with a quote. So in your packet there, we would be recommending DeLong Rigging Solutions be the vendor that is selected to do this work. And again, this is going to do a lot of updating with the hanging of the flying rigging system, the chains, update some of our rope that just is deteriorating over time and needs to be brought up to speed. So I would recommend approval of capital projects with DeLong Rigging on the CHS auditorium. Happy to take any questions.
Does it get used much, or has it not been used because it's in a state of disrepair?
There are 2 parts, and I won't begin to think that I can speak the technical language, but there are 2 parts that have some sandbag weights that are currently not in use, and updating this would allow those to be used again.
We've all seen all the television shows and where sandbags fall frequently on theater stages, and I think this needs to be addressed immediately. I move approval.
We don't need CSI coming to the.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. Thank you. All right. Next up, considering the transportation handbook, that is actually myself. I did get a chance to review that and even chatted with Betsy Ham a little bit on that, on the changes, and there were no major substantive changes. It was clarifying things, how long the bus drivers would wait at a bus stop, clarifying that no violence obviously allowed on the bus, any violent behavior like that, any aggression would be grounds for bus suspension. Things like that were in the updates. And so I would move approval of the 26-27 Transportation Handbook.
I move to approve the handbook as drafted.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. Thank you. All right. Moving on, considering the Athens Virtual Academy, Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, I reviewed that as well. Very few changes. I think we added a position. Is that right?
Yes, there were some staffing personnel with some staff additions that got added to the handbook.
Yeah. And other than that, I moved to approve. I thought it was well done.
Second.
All right. All those in favor? Sorry, all those in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I vote aye as well. All right, moving on to considering the 27-28 school calendar. Dr. Riker?
Yes, for the 27-28 school calendar, we worked with our teacher discussion group and also worked with Western Boone, North Montgomery, and South Montgomery to put together this recommended calendar. Changes to this calendar, right? You work on the calendar during some winter that we hadn't had in a while. So we did add in 2 more school days. So those of us been around for a while, we used to always have 4 snow days. We had about 8 years of easy winter, so we had worked down to 2. So this brings it back to 4, but it also kind of creates a winter break in February. So using a day before, so the Friday before President's Day, and then also having a professional development day moved from the fall to the spring to help us better prepare for the following year. That kind of creates a nice little winter break if they're not used for snow. Also introducing asynchronous e-learning. So I think in Crawfordsville we have held that we have snow days. So I would still present that we use snow days. We give our kids the chance to go out and enjoy a snow day. But after we've used the 4 snow days in this situation, then we would use our state allowed 3 asynchronous e-learning days. And if somehow we have to use more than that, then we would add to the end of the year. So it has been, somebody's taking care of her little one. So I was going to give Lexi the chance to talk, but so I recommend that the board approve the 27-28 school calendar.
Any questions for Dr. Riker on this? Comments? I thought the addition of the 3 e-learning days after we use a certain number of snow days, I was pleased with that addition. I know there's been a lot of discussion this winter, especially about snow days and when we do e-learning and when not. But I thought this was a great compromise because it does give us that time of having in the classroom. E-learning is not, it has its place and its value, but obviously we want the kids in the classroom. That's the ideal place for them to do the most learning. But I do think this is a great compromise that you came up with.
And does this mirror the other school systems that you talked about? That
Yes, as in the days.
Yeah, okay.
Some of those school systems, I think all of them still they would use e-learning first, but yes, it matches up. And with our shared CTE program, it's important that we match as much as possible.
I would make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. All right, and now moving on to going backwards to the current calendar as well as next year.
Yep. So I just puts the using 3 asynchronous e-learning days into this year's calendar. So we have used our snow days. We'll give an update that we were going to have to add 2 days to the end of the year. We applied through the DOE to have our snow days beyond the snow days that we were going to have to add to the end of the year waived, and they approved our waiver. Was a little shocked, but grateful that they approved that. So that if we were to have any snow days now that would come up, this remaining winter, we would use 3 asynchronous days. Mrs. Plunkett and the preschool staff have their e-learning packets ready. The elementary are prepared as well. And then the high school and the middle school with Canvas they're pretty much have been ready to go all along. To have to do some ordering of some chargers for middle school laptops, but those things are all in place. We did use e-learning for the Eclipse, so we had a little practice run, so we are ready to go for that. So would recommend the board approve the 25-26 revision to the calendar.
I have a quick question. At one point, part of the reason we hadn't done this was that we didn't have one-to-one throughout K through 12. Are we now at the place where every student does have a school-provided way of accessing?
Yeah. In the asynchronous e-learning, or should really just probably be called at-home learning with the elementary kids and preschool kids, we send packets home and give them the access where to go online if they need any help. We have office hours, phone hours, and those sort of things. So no, a device is not going home with every elementary student, but a device would go home 6 through 12.
Any additional questions for Dr. Ricker? I would entertain a motion to approve the change to this current year's calendar.
Move to approve.
A second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. And then moving on, next year's calendar, where we're going to the sandwich in the middle.
Yes, Jay just adds in the 3 asynchronous e-learning days to the 26-27 calendar. Recommend the board approve.
So moved.
All those in favor? Aye.
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 Thank you. All right, last thing on the new business agenda is considering the child care and preschool fees.
Yes, yes, I have presented to you in your board updates and then also in our admin reports here, the recommended child care and preschool fees for the 26-27 school year. We are increasing our child care fees for our staff, so we provide infant care and toddler care. So those are increasing. We were basically at half of the cost. Now we're going up to 75%. It's an investment even at this amount, but I do believe it's a benefit that we provide our staff that I would like to continue to provide. And raising this brings the cost down some. And then preschool rates also going up. Included the chart that I showed that with kind of the freeze on vouchers and no new vouchers, you can see that, we are losing over $200,000 in preschool funding that we were receiving. So these are, again, they're adjustments that we have to make. They do not entirely close the gap, but I think that we know that preschool is an investment that we are looking to make. There is a bill that is still alive that could put $300 million back into the voucher system. So hopeful for that, but these fees are recommended and needed.
Any questions for Dr. Ricker on this? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. Thank you, Dr. Ricker. With that, I understand Dr. Bokart has a flight to catch, is that right? So if you would like to make your assistant superintendent report, we'll just reorder the agenda a little bit briefly.
Yes, thank
That
you very much. Yes, appreciate it. So just update school safety wise, we've been doing our ALICE training, so building level staff trainings have been ongoing with just Nicholson and Hose remaining there. So Officer Villalpando and Officer Bowen have been delivering those trainings. So positive feedback so far. Some common themes there are just being appreciative of learning about the supports of real-time decision making. So that is a big piece of the ALICE training, which kind of goes along with the active participation then of taking in information as it is happening, and then when evacuation is actually preferred over lockdown, and alignment of staff expectations. And then also, what does that look like at a kindergarten level versus a high school is a big piece of the ALICE training as well. So obviously a high school student can do much different than a 6-year-old. So appreciate Officer Bowen and Officer Villalpando and Amber Reed's work on that as we continue with those trainings. Curriculum instruction assessment. So I had the privilege of attending the High Reliability School Summit with Marzano, with Sharon Danforth, Marcy Galanowski, Morgan Hodge, and Tammy Haas. So we also received our level 2 recognition for effective instruction in all classrooms. So as a district, right there, received our recognition from Dr. Marzano and Dr. Warwick, as well as attended some great sessions around level 2, and as we look at level 3, guaranteed and viable curriculum, focused on some of those sessions with vocabulary and common assessments and proficiency scales and those kinds of things. So was a good experience there. And then also from an individual standpoint, Sharon Danforth was recognized for level 1 high reliability teacher certification. So it is a rigorous, she's put a lot of work into that, and in speaking with her, she definitely has attested to, she sees differences in what her students are doing in the classroom with their achievement. So appreciate her commitment and what she will become also as a resource to us, and what she has pulled in from an instructional standpoint. So it was good to see her get that recognition there, and as well as Mrs. Galanowski and her support for Sharon and that as well. New teacher institutes. The last 2 weeks we've had our year 1 and year 2 teachers in for their spring seminars. So continue to grow in this professional development support for our new teachers. So excited where this is continuing to go, continuing to get positive feedback from them as well, trying some new things. So instituted instructional rounds in the last one with our year 1 teachers, and went to the high school and did a visit in some classrooms. So some teachers there were gracious and opened their classrooms, and they were super excited to smell the classroom of Mrs. Veach as they were dissecting their sharks. And so not sure if that clung with us for a while after we left or what, but excited where that's going. Appreciate the mentors, Mrs. Wicker, Mrs. Perry, and Mrs. Whitecotton, and Mr. Swank and Mrs. O'Neill. They've been a huge piece of that, as well as Mr. Strickland, Mrs. Hall, and Mrs. Haas, as they were part of that development too. So excited where that will continue to go. Teacher evaluation team, an update there, as we've had a team working on developing a new rubric there to better align with our HRS framework to be more applicable for an instructional focus. So continuing to make really, really great work there. So honestly, that's just been wonderful to work with a team of teachers and administrators who are focused on developing and supporting instruction in the classroom, and excited where that will continue to go as we continue to refine that piece. Last piece I have is got to attend the Foundations for Life Essay Contest award yesterday at the high school. So Montgomery County Leadership Academy puts that on. We had 9 students representing Crawfordsville Community Schools. So the link there, you can see the 9 that were representing Crawfordsville. And Isla Seward was recognized as the overall 9 through 12 grade category winner. So some good things there for Crawfordsville and for the county as a whole with the Montgomery County Leadership Academy. And that is your Assistant Superintendent report.
Thank you very much, Dr. Brookhart. Yep, there you go. You're welcome.
Yep.
All right, moving on to personnel. We have, looks like 3 resignations.
Yes, I would move or recommend that the board approve the 3 resignations.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. And then looks like we have 4 retirements that have been announced.
Yeah, very interesting, right? So tonight got to see a couple kindergartners who are children of students that I have. And now I get to say goodbye to some friends that I've had along. So I'm starting to see why all this white and wrinkles have shown up on my face. But no, Linda Ross, right, corporation accounts payable, was also my admin assistant when I first came over. So, and then she took care of Scott before me and took care of Paul Flutter a little bit before that. So Linda knows all the deep, dark secrets of central office when it comes to frustrations with operations and all those types of things. But no, Linda is always positive. Linda is any of the little kids of staff members in central office that come in, they go see Linda. Linda is just wonderful. She's been outstanding. She is so committed to her job. It'll be hard to see her go, but I'm grateful that she's in an opportunity where she can do this. So I would recommend the board approve the retirement of Linda Ross.
Do we want to group them or do we want them one at a time? All right, I'll entertain a motion for.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well.
All right, Shelley Wheeler. You know, so many parents and students, you know, love her. She, you know, last night at the Vanity Theater, they had a VIP night, and she had multiple students who had invited her to come. So I just think that she's just been an excellent teacher all along. When you guys, as a board, had an interesting idea of putting me as a 2-3 principal, you know, Shelley helped me grow into that position quite a bit. So always, anytime we have anything going on, Shelley Wheeler's one of the people I would stop in and, you know, just see how she was feeling about things and what she was thinking. So she has been an excellent teacher, an excellent co-worker, and a great advisor. So I recommend the board approve the retirement of Shelley Wheeler.
Since she was my tennis teammate at North Montgomery, does that mean I'm getting ready to retire too?
Not for a while off the board, but
I don't really want her to, but I'll make a
Yeah.
motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. Next up, Mrs. Bacon.
Yeah, Rhonda Bacon, right? Her and Gary came to us from North White, is I think right when I was coming in, and you know Rhonda's been an excellent addition to Hoover. Again, she was somebody who was there last night, so I think it, you know, is watching that kids are choosing these people to come be their guest is wonderful. Rhonda has just been very strong at Hoover. She has a great sense of, you know, doing what's best for kids, but also how to express ways that we can help our teachers. Grateful for everything she's done, so recommend the board approve the retirement of Rhonda Bacon.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. And last one on that list is Mrs. Guard.
Yeah, this one, right? So a handful of people you get to call your friend that you get to work with. Stacy's been an excellent teacher. I think that Stacy's been an amazing member of the teachers union. You know, she has worked on all sorts of committees and represented teachers and does a great job in the negotiations. She just brings kind of a matter-of-fact calmness to everything. So I've really enjoyed working with her. I will miss that part of working with her. I think she is part of the reason there's such a strong relationship between admin and the teachers, and you know, able to work through those types of things that come along. Stacy also is one of the teachers that always said no to doing e-learning and wanted snow days. So this is also a compromise to her. So I thought it was interesting that she would be on this agenda. But she's trying to give us as much time to look at what we need to do for her position at the middle school. And I recommend the board accept the retirement of Stacy Guard.
I move
So moved.
approval.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye as well. And I just want to say, we certainly thank all four of these people for their dedication to the corporation after all these years. We're going to have some big shoes to fill, but appreciate that they gave us lots of notice so that we can do that. All right, looks like we have new hires as well.
Yeah, and I can give you these together, but Alexis Finnemore, she is a licensed math teacher, and so she had finished midterm, so she has come and she's working with us. Her brother is Caleb Finnemore, science teacher with us, so to be able to have a math teacher come in and work with our students and pull out groups and teach some in is an excellent addition for the high school right now, and see how some things line up for the future there. And then Megan McCumber is also maybe known as to most as Megan Scheidler, is one of another Marion student. So phenomenal interview. She's going to be excellent. Right now we have her slated to be at Hoover, but this is currently. We've talked about hiring a math teacher and an elementary teacher to kind of have one in waiting. So she's there, but she understands that, and we will see how some of the pieces fall. They'll come in, but here's the next wave of the future coming in. So I recommend the board approve both hirings.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. All right. Business managers report, Mr. Nicodemus.
Yes, thank you. So last time to report on the Employee Hub, we are fully active. We have all of our employees have been given welcome emails, registration emails to be able to access pay stubs and W-2s. Also to make minor changes to addresses, contact information, emergency contacts. On the horizon right now are new tax forms, as well as getting direct deposit change and other capabilities within uploading forms for different changes. So we're looking forward to that. We do expect to make a full transition from DocuDelivery over to this hub by the end of March. With Equitable Services, this is our retirement accounts provider. We have stopped making contributions to the old Corebridge accounts, and those are slated to be transferred over the balances by the end of March as well between the two companies, between Corebridge and Equitable. We will start new contributions with new accounts that are set up and active with Equitable on the next week on the 20th. We do have our Baker Tilly consultants that are working through financial reports for us. We will get you those financial reports as soon as they become available monthly. We're working with them to try getting timelines pushed up. We're trying to get all of our processes done really fast so that we can give them as much time as possible to get those reports for you. As soon as those come, I will give those to Dr. Riker so that you can see January's financial report. And then the last thing I have is Parent Square Pay. So we are starting with reps. So Parent Square is our new teacher-student communication with parents app, as well as all of our alerts. We are adding a pay module to that to be able to move over all of our tuition billing for preschool and childcare with the Playground app going away in April. So this will also give us new capabilities to invoice for fundraisers, field trips, other fees, building rentals, anything that we would collect money for. It also allows us to add donations from the community through a link on our website without someone having to walk in or mail us a check through old methods. They can do that. It accepts Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit card, debit card, all the modern capabilities that we do not have right now with any of our pay modules. That is your business manager report.
Thank you, Mr. Nicodemus. Moving on to superintendent's report, Dr. Riker.
All right. Well, if you haven't had a chance to see the Oracle, it's another amazing monthly brag session on Crawfordsville Community Schools. Congratulations to David Pierce, who is now our all-time winningest boys basketball coach. surpassing Paul Curtis, who was from 1970 to 1982. So in this modern era, it is great to have a coach that has come, has developed a program, and has stayed. So grateful for him. Dance team, 2 national championships, the hip hop and game day. So there we go. I do love the game day performance. I think that's wonderful. Girls swimming, sectional champions. Boys swimming won the MAC championship. Hopefully we'll bring home the sectional this weekend. Boys basketball, Sugar Creek and county champions. Dynamic Expressions, who we saw some of them, was first runner-up and then also best choreography at the Southmont Show Choir Invitational. CHS Band winning some gold and had 3 ensembles, and Ian Hurt headed to state on February 28th. And there's other great things in the Oracle, so please check that out. In the community world, had the opportunity to be interviewed on the IAPSS Leading with Excellence podcast. So if you need help going to sleep to a monotone voice, there you go. I'm on there for you. So just great to get to talk about our community and Crawfordsville Community Schools. In educational leadership, working our middle of the year meetings. So met with all the admin staff here at central office, kind of check in how everybody's doing and starting our planning moving forward. Always grateful for my team. Right now, Andrew is doing an amazing job of trying to get everything lined up so that any of the crazy ideas that Brent and I come up with, he can tell us yes or no if we can afford that, as we're trying to plan for next year. Andrew, when we have our meeting in March, we'll be able to present some of the budgets to you, and I think a way that will be the best you've ever seen. So there you go. Met with all the building principals. Again, just kind of check in, what's going well, where do we need to grow, and, just we have excellent principals. They're doing great things and coming along. I've also sent out Google form that I've done for 3 years. Kathy Steele used to have this purple sheet that went out where you would mark what your preferences are for the next year. So it's a purple Google form. So it gives them the opportunity to A, let us know if they're coming back next year, B, if they want to change assignments, and then allow them to provide any feedback that they want to give at the building level or on their superintendent. So going very well there. Those are due tomorrow at noon, so we'll have those in. Met with the student leadership team. So this was the first time I had done this one. So yeah, Mateo was that we met tonight, was in one of the groups. So I asked them for 3 positives and 1 area for improvement. So I think that an important thing is that both Hose and Nicholson students talked about their reading program. So I don't believe they were set up to do it either. So the Hose kids talked about wanting to be scientists and they love science, and Mr. Welcher let me know that was what was going on in their CKLA unit. So that's our language arts program. And so that was great. And at Nicholson, they talked about the Vikings. Now, what I also think is important, right, is really it was the boys talking about how they want more of these books. So I think great selection. Monty, you were in on that selection committee, so see, there you go, the language arts program. So Brittany and her team, everybody, it is good. I think everybody was really nervous that this program was going to be too hard, and I'm sure there's some adjustment to it, but just the engagement is outstanding. Middle school students expressed how they just really love their PBIS system, the positive behavioral interventions and supports. And also Mrs. Haas and her team does a great job of letting the students have a lot of control over that. So that was outstanding. Hoover appreciates the new playground. Can't give that credit to Dr. Bocart now that he's gone, but he's done a lot of work there. And I just thought it was great that they said all the teachers and principals. So CHS students shared that their teachers are very supportive and ensure that they enjoy class. For areas of improvement, Hose students reported we could improve the computer lab. So Mr. Welcher and his team will looked to see what that was there. Nicholson talked about that they would like more family events. Yeah, and a greater selection of books, back to more Viking books that they wanted. Hoover students asked for more class-related field trips and longer recess. Laid out that they have the shortest recesses of elementary, so I thought, okay. But I also tell the Hoover kids, you better enjoy recess because it's about over. So, yep. So they also shared that they had some very expensive ones. They wanted us to remodel and redo and enlarge the bathrooms. Yeah. So those things that come along. CMS discussed food. That goes with, adolescence and improving student awareness of resources such as deodorant that come along in there. And the CHS students, I thought, this one is where these meetings are important when you're getting ready to go into staffing conversations. So the CHS students expressed that they thought there was a greater need for school counseling for college and career prep. And again, I don't believe these kids were, anybody had prompted them. They got into their groups. Each group kind of gave things, and then they talked through it. It was a fun experience to go around, and I gave a little lesson on leadership, and it was great. But I did, it is important as a superintendent to hear from the students, and you hear the darndest things. So, but they're happy. Reminders, we are having our executive session Friday, March 6th from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. We'll have Baker Tilly in to do the board training there. Hope to have all sorts of fun things to put in front of you. Next school board meeting is Thursday, March 12th at 5:30 p.m. And I am grateful to be your superintendent and proud to be an Athenian.
Thank you, Dr. Riker. We have other business. I don't believe we have any other business. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, board member communication. Hearing none, moving on to patron comments. Any patron comments? All right, hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.